Hey yo, welcome to another episode of the MT Out the Clip podcast, the EOTC. My name is Cams and I'm here in Ohio, West Auckland, with the brothers in the house. We got Kelvin, we got Leti, we got Eddie. What's up, my usos?
What's up, boys?
You guys know the drill, man. Let's do some shoutouts. Start with you, Kelvin.
Yo, a couple of shout outs. First shout out to the missus. Shout out to her, letting me, not letting me, but you know what I mean. Giving me some time to be with the brothers. Time's valuable, time's precious, especially with family time. So, big shout out to the missus with that one. And shout out to one of my dokos from back up home, Suosi. Shout out to him. I used to work in the demolition and specialist game with the brother a few years back, and haven't seen him since, and caught up with him via this podcast. Caught up with me through TikTok. So big shout out to the doko there back home in the 275 or Mangili. Yeah. Second, that's my shout outs. Pass it over to you, Let's.
Man, shoutouts. My shout outs list goes out to first one to my also Tindo, who's probably nursing an eye injury. He's put it off for a while, and he's just sort of mending his mucka just now. So shout out to you, Doggo. Shout out to my boy Ghoster, Mr. NSL, letting me flex this nice piece of garment that I'm wearing. Those was the Doggos down in Christchurch. Hope to connect with you when you get back, Doggo. Another one's to my also Pat. He's over in Vietnam at the moment. Missing yours. Haven't seen many of your posts, but I look forward to hearing all about your trip when you touch down back in Melbourne. Another condolences to also Po'a Pulu, who's burying the uncle this weekend. Thoughts and prayers with you guys. Another one's to the sort of family just up the road here in Etuda. Hope you guys are doing well after passing on with your bro last week. It's been a week now. Another one's to the Usul Regovitz and Albert Molia and Lawrence. Just made a small little chat, just reaching out to them to make sure that they're finding the support and everything that they need during this time, losing also. And then the last one's the last shout out to mine's gone blank. To my also I was just messaging them. Or to my cousin Nabil and Denny. It's my Tuvalu and Tokalan side. Thanks for the messages, man. Just random messages during the week. And just touching base on how's life and stuff. And another one's to my also Brasco as well. This is all the neighborhood family that's been ringing and messaging like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then another one's to Indira Stewart. She must be in Adelaide. So she messaged just seeing how the funeral went and all that. Much love to you all, man. Appreciate the checking in and stuff. Anytime you guys need someone to have a learn about life and where you're at, man, feel free to message through. That wraps up my shout out to Sauce.
Sticky. My usual shout outs to my listening brothers, Westside Fitness boxing crew. Man, I've been slack this week, just been busy helping my sister move. But a special shout out to Jordan. I'm hosting a fundraiser tomorrow morning to raise money for this young child who's fighting cancer. If you're heading into Westside Fitness tomorrow, man, just drop a little donation, and anything goes a long way. And just shout out to one of the boys. We had a little chat the other night, and don't want to name drop again, but it was a good chat, good catch up. And like Leti said, man, there's always an ear willing to listen to your chats. So, and shout out to all the people that commented on our videos, our latest videos. Man, enjoyed the debate. Even if you disagree with us, man, shout out to you guys, bro, because that's a part of democracy that we need to debate, and we don't want everyone to agree with us. This is just our point of view.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good to have that little corridor with some of the people in the comments. And my last shout out to the Uso of Lima 49, man. You're the man. Sick.
Nice, boys. Just big shout out to Simon, who jumped on with me on Wednesday. Thursday. Tuesday for episode. We did episode 11 on Yellowstone. Don't know if you guys are watching Yellowstone, the last part 2 of the season 5, but man, things are ramping up there. So it's good to get also on to get his point of view of what's going on. So yeah, man, shout outs to Sai for jumping on. He'll be jumping on again next week when we review the next episode. So that was on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, shout outs to Ash, who jumped on with me on our new American sports podcast, the America Sports Show. We jammed on some NFL. So we talked about week 12 last week, and we talked about our picks and if we got it wrong or right, and we just talked about that and any stories that came out of that one. Then we did our picks for this weekend, week 13. So I think over there in the States it's Thanksgiving, so it's holidays over there. So we got 3 games, NFL games today, which is Thursday over there. And then they've got a Friday game, the Chiefs and the Raiders, which will be on 9 a.m. tomorrow morning over here. So it's rare to get a Saturday NFL game over here in New Zealand because of the time difference. But yeah, man. So I know it'll be good to watch. Tomorrow, I think the Chiefs gonna win anyway because they've only lost one, I think. And then. Yeah, man, and shout outs to all the listeners of our podcast on the WesWes Network. Tune in to Empty Out the Clip Facebook page if you want to send us a message or throw up some articles so we can talk about it on the podcast. That's a group page on Facebook, so Empty Out the Clip Facebook page, jump on there. Answer the 3 questions and we'll let you in. Also, you can find the WesWes Network on our website, www.weswesnet.com. You can go in there, check out our articles we've got on there. Also links to all our podcasts on there as well. Also check out all our videos on the YouTube channel, the WesWes Network YouTube channel. You can find all our stuff there as well. So a lot of content, a lot of places to get them, and we're everywhere, man. We're everywhere. Also on social media on Instagram as well, the WesWes Network Instagram page, Facebook page as well. And we're on Twitter, X formerly known as Twitter. I was thinking about to pull us on the new one that's come out in the States called Blue Sky. Don't know if you guys heard of it. It's like a opposition to X, opposition to Twitter. They just started, I think. So that'll be interesting too. But yeah, man, that's my shout outs, boys. We'll go to how was your week been? We'll go around another way. I'll start with you, Eddie. How's your week?
Oh yeah, no, week's been like full on busy, so just been doing a lot of orders and whatnot and getting all prepped. Just doing a lot of boning and rolling of the chickens and just chucking in the freezer. So it's ready once we get closer towards Christmas. Our turkeys have just arrived from Christchurch, so all the free range, just all the trying to sort out all the pallets and stuff, eh? But now I've just been doing that. Nearly finished my physio. Man, thank God, man. So hopefully get some good test results on my knee soon. So it's been good. And just prepping for tomorrow. Just my sister sold her house. So just helping move her stuff to the new house. But also just chucking my lazy eye to see if there's anything I can sneak out to my house. I need a new desk. But yeah, no, that's been my week. Yeah. Just busy, man. Yo, thank you. How about you, Let's?
Oh, bro, I've been at home, guy the leg, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bevered my leg. I will say Saturday, because I woke up and my leg was like full. I thought it was gout. Had some anti-inflammatories and that, some pain relief. Come Monday, because I just wasn't sure, like, because it was the behind my knee that I felt was sore. So but you didn't get gout at the back of your leg, and it has to be something else. When I went to the doctor, he said, swelling's come down, maybe have a few more rounds of anti-inflammatories, some prednisone this time, and see if the swelling goes down. But if it's still sore, possibly could be a tear. So I just went and booked myself at the physio, and he did pretty much a stress test on it. But I managed to get to work on Tuesday. Very not good, because still limping, and that's not without putting on the work boots and stuff. So I've had the whole week off, man, just trying to get my leg right. But it's lucky my girl, because she's done her MCL and she's been fulfilling my leg. So a lot of the swelling has come down. Like, I'm surprised I'm not bruised. But literally, if you just run your hand along my skin, so it feels like someone's got a knife and just scraping over the tendons on my leg. And like, I got a pretty strong pain. So even doing that on top of my leg, it feels like someone rocking me when they're standing with their full force. That's my hammy and my inside of my leg. So I've just been at home, just mentally trying to get through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Solid, man. Because it's when I'm relaxed. So I think I went and saw the physio. He said, just gave me a couple of exercises to do, the heel bum, like lying on my back, like heel tucks, and then extensions, just contracting the thigh. But it's when I'm relaxed, man. That's when I can feel the pain. Like I can actually feel my meniscus and just the pain of like it isn't right, you know. Just even like when I put my hands on my knees, bro, it feels like someone's actually got a screwdriver stabbing me in the leg. But I gotta be at work next week. Work obviously needs a couple of operators there. But yeah, I'm just yeah, man, just annoyed, eh? Like annoyed that I suppose I'm grateful as well, like, to be alive, but it's just annoyed that like this has put me back in. It's like, of all things I could have injured, it's like has to be the Kuriwaya. It's like you know, you forget how much you rely on your legs, you know, like just standing. But it's just yeah, bro. Like I think just dropping my daughter off twice and then sitting down again, the amount of like how weak my calf is or how sore my calf is and my quad just from walking. Like it shows, obviously, you need to get yourself into, you know, condition to do like the basic things around the house, but especially with that leg, eh? But otherwise, nah, man, I was just grateful to be able to podcast tonight, man, because the weekend's gonna be busy, man, and so I just can't even. Probably still grieving my also, but it's more the can't believe this happened, eh? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this timing, you know, it's heading into the busy season, and the physio said 4 to 6 weeks. There's 1 week down, but I feel all right, you know. I feel like in my head I'm just preparing for a game. Like, bro, if they're gonna put you on the field, bro, you might as well have it strapped.
Yeah.
You know, just do what you can, and they try and be the hero. You know, don't try and change lanes. Just hold your own, and make sure I can do what I need to do. But that's been my week, bro. Nothing too extravagant. But you, Cal, how's your week been also?
Oh, yeah, it's not too bad, eh? Thank you. So, yeah, sorry to hear about your nails. That's right, man. Like you said it on point, man. You don't realize how valuable your legs are. I think I was brought it to like I hit my mid-30s. I really, you know, took notice of how important your body is to everyday life. You know, like grow up playing rugby league and feeling indestructible. Hey, and it's all this and then you're hitting your 30s. I'm in my 40s now, and oh, mate, you know. Well, it used to take a couple of days and a quick shower. You know, that magic water that they used to bring out to the field. You know, even that magic water. Damn, maybe it's not working anymore now. But yeah, now my week's been pretty cool. You know, like just been chilling and took some time, went out for fish the other day. Been trying new ways of making cheap bait, if that makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
you know, just like a bag of pilchard these days is quite expensive, eh? You know, like so been like doing these like researching my TikTok videos for new bait ideas and cheaper ways of doing fishing bait. So yeah, I've come up with this using gelatin and just tuna and making like almost like a Kelvin earlingie, filet earlingie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelvin earlingie. So well, that's what I did. I just made this Kelvin earlingie and then flipping stuck in gelatin. You know, that stuff that makes like a gummy bears and stuff. And stuck heaps of it in, and it's come out it's nice and mellow. And yeah, and I'm gonna go try it out tomorrow or even tonight after our podcast. And yeah, but other things during the week just been doing the old you know, pick up the kids and cook Mrs. dinner before she get home from work, you know, that kind of stuff and family stuff. But had a good week. Yeah. How about you, James?
So, I was going to say, like, is that bait or is that lunch?
when I was making it, I was like smelling it out. I was like home a little bit here. You know, and honestly, if there was a Ula Alesa next to it, oh, mate. If there was a Ula Alesa next to it, so when I was trying to make my new bait, I was like, one for the fishies, one for me.
Shit, those fish eating good, man.
Yeah, well, it's cheap though compared to like if you like add the money dollars up. It's like I made heaps of bait for just like $5 compared to what you pay for at the petrol station for a bag of pillies.
Nice, sure, man. Yeah, I had a good week. We went fast, eh? Can't believe how fast it was. I mean, I walked into work and I said, "Man, happy Friday, everyone." and I was thinking, man, feels like I said this yesterday, like last Friday. Like it's gone too fast, man. But it must be this podcast I've been doing during the week, man. So happy for that, eh? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's been a good week, and I did. Oh, it's funny because when we did the last episode, when you guys did the last episode, so I jumped back on. Man, I wasn't feeling too good, eh? I was feeling a bit sick, eh? So I decided to try eat healthy all week this week. So I did that, eh? And like did that. I try to do a 1 meal a day, like intermittent fast. So yeah, it's been hard, but I managed to do it for Monday. So it's Friday now. So yeah. So now we got these things happening in my house tomorrow and Sunday. So it's gonna be out the door now, out the window. The plans.
Yeah.
But no, it's all good. We'll see. What was that?
Did it make you feel better? Like
Yeah. I think on Tuesday I felt better because I had that feeling like, what was that sort of like, you know, when you feel like you're gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Oh, bloated kind of.
Oh, like it's not like on the flu. You just feel weak, right? You feel weak and like you're just lazy and sleepy, you know.
Yeah.
So I felt like that. I didn't feel right, eh? So, and to be honest, I wasn't eating that good the week before that, you know, just junk food every day, man. So I think that's old age when your body's trying to say, "Hey, man, here's the veggies, man."
That's good stuff.
Yeah, man. So I made sure I had my fucking veggies all week this week, eh? So yeah. So yeah, man. That's me. Same old. Yeah. Just do the podcast and try to get healthy and gearing up for Christmas holidays, man. It's gonna be December next week and Christmas soon.
It's crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
Here comes the rush. Here comes the traffic.
Yo.
Here comes the traffic to try to get a car park at Westfield.
Yeah.
So I know, boys, I think we'll probably do, I don't know, maybe 2-3 more episodes for the year, and then we'll take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break for Christmas and get back in January sometime, late January or something. But yeah, man.
Christmas special.
Do a shopping special. Sweet boys, that's us. Let's get to our topic. So, man, the first one. And it's good that we're doing this on Friday because the first story happened last Sunday when the All Blacks played Italy and they did their Haka, right? But yeah, it was just normal until things started happening on social media and on mainstream media on Monday and Tuesday. And it was all about, to be honest, I didn't even notice, I just saw the Haka, that was it. But TJ Perenara, he mentioned something about the Treaty of Waitangi and about what's going on in this country with the Principles Bill and all the hikoi and the unity and all that kind of stuff. So, and to be honest, I didn't even know what was it about. And I saw the Haka, I just thought it was a normal Haka, so I didn't know either. So, apparently he said something about the Treaty of Waitangi, and it didn't go too well with a lot of mainstream media in this country. Didn't go too well with a lot of the Palangis journos who have platforms, like Duncan Gardner. He got Michael Laws over there on the platform. He had something to say about it, and even ex-athletes like Justin Marshall, he had something to say about it. Ex-All Blacks coaches, they had something to say about it, and they really didn't agree with TJ expressing his sort of like political ideas, putting it in the Haka there and whatnot. So ended up to be a big talking point this week on the indigenous side and the white side, so to speak. Had few things like NZR, so New Zealand Rugby, cutting that part of the Haka out on all of their platforms, on their social media and whatnot. And then it was noticed, so you can say like NZR took a hard line on that, didn't agree with that, obviously, because they didn't show it. Sky Sports actually showed the whole thing. So yeah, so a lot of criticism going to TJ on his on that Haka. But yeah, man, this is our first topic. I'm trying to get down to what you guys thought about that. I'll start with you, Eddie.
Man, like I do see their side. I was trying to understand like where they're coming from, and yeah, it's they don't want the Haka to be politicized, but like as a unit, they're representing the country, and the country's going through a bit of turmoil, I reckon. So them doing the Haka, TJ expressing his view, and the media reacting is just like a representation of what our country's going through. But I noticed like a lot of them were saying like politics and sports don't mix, and just to sidetrack, it's always been mixed, bro.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's always like you got freedom of speech, but your freedom of speech using it on your sports platform is the loophole. And I can go back to Colin Kaepernick taking a knee for racial injustice. I can go to Naomi Osaka, who took a break for mental health reasons. I could go to LeBron James, who was outspoken about police brutality and voting rights. And if I wanted to go back to rugby, I can go to Sonny Bill, using his platform to highlight the war in Gaza and the Islamophobia that's going around the world. I could talk about Israel Folau, talk about his religious freedoms and how people were reacting to it. And it's funny enough, another rugby player reacted to him. His name is Michael Leach, the Japanese captain. And so he spoke out about it for diversity and inclusiveness. So rugby, sports, politics has always been well mixed. Like for these guys to say, nah, bro, like you keep the politics out of sport, it's always been there, bro. If we go to All Blacks, like specifically All Blacks, Richie McCaw, he threw support behind John Key for the flag change. No one judged him for it. No one even cared. They're like, oh, okay. So he wants to support the new flag, all good. And to be honest, my reaction was probably the same as Cam's. I didn't really notice it. I heard it, and I thought, okay, that's mean. That's mean, TJ. I didn't think it was an All Blacks thing. I didn't think the All Blacks said it. I thought, it's TJ's last game before he heads off to Japan. This is what he wanted to sign off on, and that's fair enough, bro. But everyone's just so butthurt, bro, and they had to say something about it, and they turned, what, three to 6 words into this whole political discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah, my thing is politics and sport, yes. Politics and rugby, yes. Politics in the Haka, it's just an expression. It's a challenge. It's a war dance, and I don't think it's part of the sports team's thing. I think culturally they can do what they want with it, so they can use the Haka as part of their way of expression. So yeah, was it appropriate? I'm not too sure. They were playing against Italy. The Italians didn't even care. I don't think they knew what was going on. But I'm just wondering if the whole team knew about it. That's probably the only concern I have. But apart from that, man, it's just one rugby player stating what he thought, on his platform. He was doing the Haka, he was leading it. I didn't find a problem with it at all. Just the expression of his freedom of speech. And yeah, that's I do see the other side. They should take the politics out of Haka, but it is what it is, bro. Can't stop it now. It's done. But yeah, that's my 10 cents. How about you guys?
Oh, you go, Cubs.
Oh, yo. Yeah, pretty much in line with what you're saying. Also, like when seeing the Haka and seeing TJ perform it and doing what he did, good on him. Like if anything, first thing that comes to my mind was the King speech, the Māori King, and all he said was, the biggest thing that Māori people can do is be Māori. And it's all TJ Perenara did, was be Māori. If there's a part in Māori culture where they protest, it's either at the pōwhiri or in a haka. And for me, it's just like the Uso said, sports and politics, worldviews, it all goes hand in hand because that's the platform, from the brothers there at the Olympics, they stood at on the for civil rights, they did it at the Olympics, and the All Blacks aren't, and you know, like, they're not Jesus. You know, they're not perfect. You know, the All Blacks, they did it. You know, 1981, you had the protests when the South Africans came to tour. And then you had the tour of 1985 that got cancelled. And they're like, you know, doing a little bit of looking into it and how that tour got cancelled, because at the time that's when South Africa was going through their apartheid, and there was a massive like sports embargo. So there was a massive, you know, like uproar from other countries, and that they didn't want to, even the Olympics, you know, South Africa wasn't allowed to go to the Olympics. So there was a big uproar that the All Blacks were set to tour 1985 to South Africa, and then a couple of local rugby took them to court. Took the NZRFU to court. A couple of local, and they were saying that, you know, if New Zealand take this tour, the All Blacks take this tour to South Africa, it puts the name of New Zealand in disrepute, whatever that Palangi word is, disrepute, whatever. But, you know, it puts and they won. So that's why the thing got cancelled. But then in 1986, there was a New Zealand Cavaliers team that went to South Africa. They toured, and they had 30, I think, only 2 players from that 1985 squad didn't go, which was David Kirk and John Kirwan. And so, yeah, you know, they sit there and they talk about protesting, this and that, politics and sports don't mix. You got these guys like Justin Marshall and saying their bits, but All Blacks have always been part of it, you know, and that's a prime example of it, you know, them protesting the fact that they just want to play rugby. So they changed the name, take the same team except for 2 players, and still tour. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, it's just a bit of what's that Palangi word? Contradiction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double standard, eh?
You know, like it's just like, oh, and they're just picking because of the moment, eh? The time that TJ Perenara chose his moment to be Māori, it worked. Hey,
Yeah.
it worked. It got people talking. So yeah, big ups to TJ. You know, continue to be Māori. You know, I mean, who gives a shit what else other people got to say? Eh?
Yeah.
You just carry on from there, you know? And you can tell the brothers are behind him. You know, you look at those other videos where they're singing the Māori song when they're taking their photos. Toko Reo, you know? And they're singing that, you know, there's something in there in the atmosphere. You know, like when you got brothers, even the Samoan boys, the island boys are jumping in there singing the Māori songs. There's something going on in there, eh? So
I know, 100%.
yeah. Now good on TJ, and that's my views. I'm sure Leti's got something to say.
Oh, nah, bro. Like, just mad respect to the boy from Porirua to going through something and affy his people like that, you know, because of a time to stand up and be heard and pick a moment, bro. That's gonna be in history. That's gonna be written in the All Black history.
Yeah.
I mean, that video I shared on the Empty Out the Clip page of Ken Laban just talking about have sports and politics been mixed in, whether it does belong at the forefront of sport. It does, man, because clearly we went to a World Cup, we were only singing the English version of the national anthem. I don't mind this lady comes up there, starts singing it in Māori. Now we follow suit. It was never discussed. But, you know, all these stones we chucked at her, it's all part of the wood grain. It's like, we do it now, you know what I mean? When is the right time to do it? But it's on the individuals to actually stand up and do it, you know? Even the fact that we've lost the Māori King this year, along with the stuff that's happening, this bill was probably the most ridiculous bill that's ever been brought to Parliament, man. You know, and it's the fact that it's getting light. But it took someone like, you know, TJ to stand up and say something. Now these other Palangis want to add their 5 cents. But the disgusting thing about it is like how much of it you read, you know what I mean? Like that's the sort of country we live in, man. There's them, then there's the Māori, and then us.
Yeah.
Like what kind of fucking places that to live in, you know?
Yeah.
And we gotta share the streets, the health system, and everything else with them, you know what I mean? But they've always, like we said last week, man, they've always wanted to just be comfortable where they are, where they can just suppress us and just make us be where we're at, you know what I mean? But for a boy from Porirua to flex that, and all these Balangis just react the way they're reacting, but it's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
because I want to see the same energy if we do go into the World Cup final next time, whether they're going to be fucking still saying what TJ says. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go and someone adds it, you know, just to see, are you supporting us now? You know, because you can't sort of pick and choose, man. You got to fucking be all about it or nothing, you know? But yeah, it's just sad, like, when you read through all the comments, like how white this place is, you know what I mean? This is still stolen land, man. Like, until they acknowledge it themselves, well, then they're the ones that, you know, need to have a hard look at themselves. Because, man, the history is here, man. But the 2 that came before everyone else is still here, man. And, like, this is their land, you know what I mean? Maori shouldn't have to pay to bury their own on their own land. That's ridiculous. Yeah, these Balangis think, oh, no, you'd be like everyone else and pay a fee. No way. So those words are rich, you know, they're beautiful words, man. Like, even if you translate that into Tagalog, man, that means exactly what it should be, man. The people of this land, this is their land, you know? They're united, man, like, and honor the treaty. Don't go and change it, because once you change it, you're not honoring it, you know? So it ain't even up for discussion, man. And we've shared about it on the last few pods, man. Until the Māori get served what they deserve and, you know, acknowledged as the kaitiaki of the land, we're light years away from what needs to happen. Like, you know, these Palangi people need to wake up, man. Like, they can't call us work. They need to actually have a hard look at themselves. Because all the shit that's happened, they're wiping for years. We're catching up, man. You know, we made a Rugby League World Cup final. The majority of the talent is Pacifica. You can say that much. The NRL's landscape has changed a lot. So what's a few words gonna rustle a few feathers and make all the freaking Palangis come out of the woodworks? I'd like to see someone else do it as well, man. Maybe on another sporting calendar, you know? Yeah. There'll be choice. Yeah, that's my 5 cents, man.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't have a problem with it at all, and I don't have a problem with athletes being political. And if you like, you Eddie, like you read out a few things in the past, what athletes has done in the past, right? And to me, when a lot of these athletes that have spoken up in sports have all been Indigenous or African American. And the reasons why is because, man, these are the minorities and these are the people that have been taken advantage of in history, whether it's slaves or colonized or whatever it is. Like, we're never equal. And there's always a battle to fight this Western world and, you know, to try to make it in the Western world and for a system that's not built for us, right? So, but of course, we're going to dominate sport as well. And when we do dominate sport, we'll be put on a pedestal that these Balangis put these athletes on because they're like kicking ass in their sport, right? But it doesn't match because their people are not like, their people have been taken advantage of. People are like poor, you know, they can't make it in that system. So, you know, when the Balangis attach themselves to the great athletes, you know, like they made more like gods. Like you think of Muhammad Ali when he protested about going to the war, right? Go to Vietnam War. Like he famously said, "Man, no, Viet Cong, like they hated on me." You know, what do I have to go over there for? Sort of thing, you know, like, and he got in trouble for that. He nearly got. Did he go to jail? Or he
went to jail. He went to jail.
He went to jail.
See, so, man, it's been in history, man, and like, for TJ to say what he said, like he's not like a normal halfback, right? He's like a superstar, right? He's been a superstar all his career, you know. It's just now he's had longevity. Now he's past his prime and that he's going overseas. But, you know, we put him on a pedestal, you know, and now we hate on him when he says something, you know. Doesn't make sense, man. But I think, and that's why I think, like, I don't mind when athletes be political and say some stuff like that. And you guys are right. Like, when the Balangis here and they go, "Oh, come on, Mike, you can't put that in sport, Mike." Like, why are you uncomfortable for?
Because it's true.
Well, so who cares? Why are you uncomfortable? Why are you saying that for? Who cares, right? You got it good. Like, you can probably count on your fingers how many Balangis in history in sports athletes have complained or have protested. I don't think there's many out there because there's no reason to, right? Because you're white. There's no reason to, right? So if you have no reason to and things happen like this and Balangis are saying, "Oh, why are you doing that for?" Like, Why not? You don't understand. You don't have the problem. You don't have the same struggle that Indigenous have and all that. So why would you care? And that's why I think, Eddie, when you said, get the other side, or that is the other side.
Yeah.
Justin Marshall said that because he doesn't understand. He's never been in that position before. A lot of these Palangis have never been in that position before, so they don't know. They don't understand what the struggle is. When Muhammad Ali doesn't want to go to war, they go, man, you're supposed to fight for our country, go to war, man. Oh, you don't want to go to war? Oh, man, you're an asshole. What? Man, it's dumb, man. So, yeah, I just thought that it's rich coming from these Palangis to put TJ down just because he said something and said, oh, this shouldn't be in our sport. But it's always been in sport.
Yeah.
It's always been in sport.
Always been, man.
It's always been in sport. So don't say that.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
It's always been in sport.
Ah,
And if you think, oh, that's in America, it's not us. Shut up. It's the same struggle over there as over here.
yeah.
Why you say that? Because you don't understand.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
You haven't looked at.
yeah, so that's my 5 cents.
That was deep, boys. That was deep.
We got 60 cents now.
we gotta add our remember our come
Mga uli change.
you gotta remember Josh Conflow too with his political stance when he was written on his headgear, remember? During the nuclear testing in the Pacific, man.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, bro. So, right next to a major sponsor, having it there on his headgear, it's like, bro, that's on every camera angle that's gonna be on him, Dude, we've been doing it for years, man. It's just choice of words, bro. It's amazing what those 6 words can do to the Palangis, like, bro, this is like what we need to start printing our t-shirts, bro. Aotearoa, bro.
And one more thing, like, they're saying don't put politics in the sport. If you think about all the islanders that play rugby union, and all the islanders playing in other countries, and how there's no islander team, how come Tonga's not up there in the tier 1? How come Samoa's not up there in the tier 1? How come these Polynesian teams, these countries, are not up there in tier 1? When all these tier 1 teams have at least 1 or 2 islanders in their team.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So you can say stuff and do something else? Come on, man. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Talk about colonization. Shit.
Colonization and sports.
Exactly.
Hey? All it takes is
Exactly.
dollar signs and now you're winning.
Exactly.
Let's see that same energy when we make the World Cup with all our pungas on that team. This is
man.
Samoa, no money to go to play in the tests? Shit,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, rugby.
Hey?
Oh, and one more thing. Those comments, man. Man, if you think New Zealand ain't racist, I don't know what, rock you. I don't know, maybe don't go have social media. Maybe don't have Facebook.
Yeah.
You got to read those comments, man. And you go scroll maybe once or twice, and you don't think this country's racist? Damn.
It's a real subtle, like, it's not really in your face racism. It's real subtle. It's like, it's like under the carpet kind of.
It's passive aggressive racism.
Yeah.
We got the game. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
racist,
supporting the All Blacks
not
every
to your
game.
face.
I can hear those Harold. I can hear those Harold and Ernie's and freaking Duncan's fucking saying that shit. Fuck.
Yo.
Yo, sorry.
Okay, boys. Next topic. Oh wait, any more on that before we move on?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, next topic. This one Filippo posted up on the Facebook page. So this is YouTuber guy from the States.
Yeah.
IShowSpeed. Again, to be honest, guys, I didn't know who the fuck this guy was. when I didn't know who he was, man. Like, who's this guy? Like, I've seen versions of this guy. When the kids watch YouTube, they watch the gamers. I thought he was one like he was one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, apparently this YouTuber guy, IShowSpeed's come down to New Zealand to do some content. And I didn't never really watch it. I watched see some on my feed. I saw he was with who's one of those influencer guys that he's going around with?
Jimmy.
Come on, Jimmy Jackson.
Jimmy Jackson, yeah. So he's a popular one, eh? He's
old school.
He's OG.
Yeah,
Him
he's a
and
popular one.
what's his Danny Danger or what was his name?
Yeah.
Those two I remember.
Yeah, back in the days, eh?
Mm.
He died, eh? That danger guy.
Yeah, he flew off up in Dairy Flats, like near Silverdale. He just took a corner real wrong and rest in peace, that brother. He was cool. He was funny. Yeah.
There was one video I saw this guy IshowSpeed and Jimmy Jackson, and they were gonna go to South Auckland, and Jimmy Jackson goes, "Oh, that's bad. That's a bad place. That's the worst place in New Zealand." I was thinking, what? Come on, mate. You throw the. Oh, that's the ghetto. Oh,
Hey.
What a plastic molding.
Oh, he's from Hamilton. He's from Hamilton.
yeah.
I went to a shop and it was closed. And it was a Monday. As I see, that's definitely Hamilton.
I don't know if Jimmy Jackson was trying to show off to say that South Auckland is like Compton or something like that, or one of the bad places over in the States, you know, where people do get killed, like South Side of Chicago or something. Well, anyway, this guy, this YouTuber guy, IshowSpeed, this article came up and Filippo posted it on. He's getting in trouble from New Zealand immigration for just coming on a visitor visa, but because he's a YouTuber and he's making content, he's getting paid for it. So now they're hitting him up for that. And if you read the article, it says stuff about it's just like an artist coming from overseas, like a recording artist that does a concert or something like that, or stand up sort of thing. But yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
I heard that maybe because he is making a lot of money, and that New Zealand immigration wants to dig into that. And to be honest, I didn't know who this guy was until I saw him getting tackled by the New Zealand Warriors. But then I knew how popular it was when I saw him on Shannon Sharp show. I saw him on the Shay Shay Club Shay Shay. So I thought, okay, then this guy must be something then. But yeah, before he came to New Zealand, I never knew who he was. But yeah, now I know. What do you guys think? Start with you, Kelvin.
I think that's just what do you call it? Evidence of how short-sighted New Zealand government is. You know, like so that's me. I do numbers. So I went and looked at the numbers of IshowSpeed, and I checked out how many followers. Did you Google how many followers does IshowSpeed have? So the man has 33.3 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. That's YouTube. 30.5 million followers on TikTok. 24.3 million followers on Instagram. Over 2 million on Twitter and Facebook, and then hundreds of thousands on Twitch and Roblox even. So like, this is how short-sighted New Zealand government is, and they just see some cash cow all of a sudden come into the country. Oh, we want a piece of that. We want a piece of that. That's how short-sighted they are. But then don't look at it and go, hold up, this guy's got 33 million viewers on YouTube. There's gonna be a roll-on effect from this guy, man.
Yeah.
You know, this guy can feed into our tourism. You know, they should be, you know, getting in there and taking notice of this and encouraging it, using, and not just do the, all of a sudden straight in there, where's the money at, man? You know, take a video of our mountain, we want a man, you know?
Yeah.
I just think it's just, and it's stupid, like, man, you know, like, you're just setting up a precedent for something, then who's going to monitor that? You know, all these other, they might, what do you call it, content creators come over and they might not have a big following like this, but then how are you going to police all that? You know, you're just opening up a can of worms for that. So, yeah, no, I'm just thinking inland revenue or immigration or whoever's behind doing that is just like, you're backing up the wrong tree, and, you know, you're not looking at with the right lens. You're looking at with a money-making lens, but short-sighted. Got to look at it the long term, you know. This is the day and age of the content creator. You know, this day and age of these guys, these YouTube stars. So, you know, that's where you got your Logan Pauls and your flipping and all those cats, you know, and like, this is where you harness it, you know. If you want to make millions, harness it, but don't complain and don't, you know, try to do something stupid like, hey, you gonna police it, you know.
Yeah.
That's I think that was 20 cents. That's my 20 cents. 20 cents over there. Pass that on to the next brother. Yeah, it's up to you.
Oh, right. No, yeah, I thought the same, bro. I was actually quite disgusted. Like, immigration, like, whoever filled those forms, they should have done their background check. They should have known who he was.
Yeah.
I mean, you see videos of, like, musicians come in, like when Mr. T came and he did his 20-year, he hadn't been back to New Zealand for 20 years. They did a pool fitty for him. They did a haka for him. They exchanged gifts when he was coming through, and then he said a little speech. Like, stuff like that, man. But, like, to look at it from a money point of view and to see how the New Zealand department could benefit from it is short-sighted big time, man. Because if this guy's just had one view and he jumped on now and empty out the clip, that's how many views we got, right? We should celebrate that because, bro, the world's seen how great our perspective is now. New Zealand should be on that wave, like, yeah, to see it narrowly, like, well, this guy's coming on 2 different visas. Oh, they should have figured that shit out before they issued it, man. And now, like, what's to say that this guy would pass on to the next person, or even say in one of his videos, don't come here. You know, that's all he's got to say, man. He's that much influence in the world, you know. But yeah, it's quite disturbing. It's like, bro, this government is on a roll of fucking just making this place look like shit right now, man. And it's like, along with all the Haka stuff, the hikoi that's going on, but like, this guy is so famous, it's like, it's crazy, man. Like, I didn't know who he was, and the kids say, we watch his videos all the time, Dad. And then for them to try and find an angle, this guy's wearing a Warriors jersey. He literally had a All Blacks jersey on, doing a Haka and Rotorua.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what's this department up to, man? I think if anyone's to blame, it's how we've issued the visa, and because he is doing content here, that person doesn't want to get in trouble, and so they've escalated it, and it's become something out of their control where they feel like they're going to get the boot, or they'll get a harsh talking to. Fucking take the harsh talking to, bro. You just literally signed the waiver for this guy to come here. Just fucking, that's more than enough. If I was you, I'd be taking photos of me signing that visa, fucking sharing it, see if he can reshare it, you know? But that's how stupid some people are in these government departments, man. It's like, fucking wake the fuck up, man. Use it to our fucking advantage. Like, this shit shouldn't overshadow the Haka, you know what I mean? Like, this is stuff that you don't want to see. Like, if the night markets fight at the Henderson car park got as many views as this stuff here. Come on, New Zealand. Fuck, better work stories, man. Like, that's silly, man. But yeah, that's a bit, I'm a bit embarrassed for our country right now. It's sad. Sad, and I'm my legs guy too, so it's even more sad, double sad.
No, man, like, no, you guys are right, Kelvin, Leti. It was a big opportunity for Tourism New Zealand to step in.
Yeah.
As a government agency, to see, you know, what was the stats? 33 million?
33 million on YouTube.
Bro, like, that's a lot, bro. And imagine that reach. Like, I don't know the stats for Tourism New Zealand. Like, I don't think it's that much, bro. I don't think we get up to like 33 million views on New Zealand's, you know. You know, we know how to cash in, bro. We did it for Lord of the Rings. You know, we got Hobbiton, you know, our mountains, and you know, our beautiful Fanoas. Like, we cashed in on Lord of the Rings. Then Jacinda Ardern, her popularity, we cashed in on that. You know, fucking everyone was resharing all her videos and whatnot. During COVID, the lockdowns, how people wanted to come to New Zealand, we cashed in on that. We're like, oh, you know, once borders open, come down, you know. And then once the borders did open, it was Mokuakaya. You know, we got empty hotels and blah, blah, and like, and this one YouTuber decides to come down here, showcase the best of what we have. And, you know, we just shit on him by, you know, questioning his visa. So like, so technically they're working on a non-working visa. That's what it is. But the money that he gets as online, like, it's through like other countries, you know, other subscribers, and you know, just because he's here doesn't mean the money's coming from here to him. You know, a lot of those people that are watching are probably from Germany, Europe, or you know, Africa. You know, most of them will probably be from the States. So that's not even New Zealand money that's coming in. It's foreign money. You know, and if we want to do this, then what about everyone else that comes to New Zealand? Like all the families, and they do videos and they showcase their families, and then when they go back to wherever they're from, and they show the video like they're on YouTube of their family vacation to beautiful Auckland, New Zealand. Like, well, you know, what the fuck, bro? Like, you know?
Yeah.
We're just, I don't know, man. Like, we get greedy when we see like a big pie coming, you know, like what you said, bro. It's a cash cow, you know. I think this was a big missed opportunity for us to kind of like cash in, and like, yeah, it just pretty much tainted his whole trip. And I saw a little video, a little snippet on Instagram, and he was saying, oh, you know, I really love New Zealand. He was saying it was like a little bit more chilled than Australia. And he really loved the culture and the sights and the nature and everything. So man, he's he's talking it up, bro.
Mm.
You know, if he came here and he's like, oh, fuck New Zealand, blah, blah. Yeah, immigration, get this nigga. Straight up. Get this guy, man. Nah, but he's talking us. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm off for my E also.
Yeah. You're bang on there.
Yo.
Can I jump in?
Yo.
But there was, you're bang on because, like, there's one video I did watch of his, and it's the one where they went to Raider Vegas, and then he's, like, looking at this hole with steam on it, and then the bro's like, oh, we're going to cook our food in there. And then the man's like, like just the look on his face, the genuine shock, like for us, that's sickles, like there's everything. But from someone that's got 2 to 3 million viewers from the other side of the world coming to our country and experiencing the tangata whenua, mana whenua culture and the reaction, it was beautiful, and then all of a sudden, you get this crap. It just ruins the moment. It's classic Kiwi government pukios been ruining an awesome experience, and like you're saying, it just missed the bus, man.
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Cabs?
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. Like, it's funny how they just came up with that after the fact.
Here's another one.
Bro. I was thinking, like, if it was Jake Paul or someone, wouldn't they even bother? I don't know, but
yeah,
in hindsight, but I want to see a white guy come in and do the same thing, and would he get in trouble?
Yeah.
But it's too late now because they set up presidents now, right?
Yeah.
And it's probably because of that presidents they set. And I was like, you missed an opportunity, just like you guys said, missed the opportunity. This guy's got millions of viewers.
Yeah.
Probably looking at his videos, man, I want to come down to New Zealand.
There's another thing here, like, you have Tourism New Zealand, and they take all those photos and videos of the maungas and the awas, and do they pay anything to those hapus and iwis to take their videos and that to do Tourism New Zealand? Yeah, just something to put on your head. Hey, if you don't want to do it that way, how about the other way?
Just do what we do in Samoa. If you pack up, 60 tala, sweet.
Yeah, as soon as you pack up,
as
soon as you put the foot on the sand, there's 20 tala.
Man, it's in your face, it's done.
Hey, as soon as you sit on your chair and you fall asleep, hey, there's 20 tala if you want to fall asleep.
I want to make a shout out to Spaniard, because he went to Samoa and he had to test out. He went to test out the how much it cost to go to the beach. So I think he went to Mata River, and it cost 10 tala for him to park his car. But then the Spaniard was saying, you know what, if you park your car in Bondi, you need to pay for parking. Like if you park on the street, then you got to pay on the meter. So it's like same sort of thing.
Yeah.
But in Samoa, these villages that own that piece of land where the beach is on, they need money to maintain it. For the rubbish, for all that kind of stuff. So it's not like they're taking the money; they need it.
It's not like they got a city council they can go around with the the truck and the high vis and pick up all la pisi, mate. There's those 7 o'clock in the morning ones with the kids. Hey, wharonga la pisi.
Exactly. Speaking of Samoa, and I'm glad you put that up, Kelvin, on the chat. So, Judith Collins updated us on what's going on with the Manua ship. It's sunken the coral reef outside Samoa. In Samoa.
On the 5th of October, was it?
12th of October, man.
What date day? 29th of November, wow.
And I guess we got to give it up for the government for bringing it back to update us, because, to be honest, everyone's forgotten about it, and it's like out of sight, out of mind. And now they've come up with an update. It was like, oh, that's right. You guys have to clean up your fucking mess.
Yeah.
What's going on? So, your thoughts on that, Kelvin?
Okay, my thoughts. Fucking clean up your mess, can't. That's the first thing that comes to mind. But listening, I didn't last. I only got like halfway through the news conference, and I think what drew the line for me was when one of the reporters, I don't know which one, asked about the villages and the men families seeking compensation now, so that because now their livelihood's gone. There was a fishing village, and then the admiral or whatever he is, the Navy fella, just like, oh, that's a Samoan government issue. It's a question for the Samoan government, and that's where I just turned off from there. But for me, my issue, it's a personal one because I used to work for Department of Conservation, so it's a real conservation thing. My focus, and that's what I was looking at in that news was what are they doing to clean up? And one of the they goes, oh, can you confirm if there's still if the diesel is still leaking from the ship?
Bro, that was the question,
Oh yeah,
bro.
we've got divers in the water every day. I'm checking the leak, and I'm like, well, they're checking if the leak shifted from one side of the ship to the other side, or well, what are they shipping? Are they sitting there looking at the diesel coming out? And like, can you not block the? Can you not stop the like? Explain to us what. Then like when you're saying it an open end, like answer a question like that with an open ended answer, and you're like, that's open for the tip. Oh, we've got divers in the water. Like, what is your divers doing? And then you listen, and you hear how the ship crashed. The ship crashed at 10 knots. 10 knots, that's like 18, almost 20 kilometers per hour, hitting the reef. And it went into the reef 400 yards. So I go on Google, how long is 400 yards in meters? That's 300 and something meters of reef that this ship went and smashed. And then if you think of it, that's like almost 3 kilometers, 3,000 square meters of damage. If you take the length of the damage and how wide the boat is, I'm guessing the boat, they've done generations of damage. Hey, let's put it into perspective on a conservation level. They've done generations of damage. That's our way of eating. That's our way of being. That's our Samoan. That's our, just like here in New Zealand, we are people of the land. That's our island, And you just came and shat on it, and all you care about is who did it and what the litigations you're going through to correct it. And, it's just like you've done a health and safety toolbox right there, and that's your fucking, that's your thing from your health and safety inquiry. I don't give a shit about that, man. Fix my island, bro.
Yo,
That's what I'm worried about.
You're right, Oos.
But I'm sure what you guys got more. I can go hard and heavy on this one. I'll hand it over to you, Let's. I can see you're ready, man. You're ready. Let's go, Let's.
Well, to be fair, like even for the commissioner to point to the board and say this is where the captain would have sat and the autopilot is located here. In my head, when something's gone wrong, why isn't the person already on that fucking, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. Now we're up to B. Like, I've delivered a baby over the phone. The phone prompt is telling me what's gonna happen, and I've already said that we're already past that stage. So why couldn't they have figured it out? If they were traveling 6 knots, which is like 11 kilometers per hour, and the boat hasn't responded, well, clearly something's not right? So how far did the boat have to fucking go before it even
You
hit bottom?
figure out that going the
It's
wrong.
like, fuck, it's not rocket science, man. It's just like, it's fucking engaged. Disengage the fucking thing. Like, it wouldn't have been that hard. It's not like it's on the other side of the boat. He literally showed a photo. There's like, everything's a meter and a half away, which is like a person sitting on a chair can reach. With the fucking macho man music being played in the background where these like guys are saying, hey, step four, keep going, hey, now we'll get out of step 4, man. The boat's speeding up. Like, come on, man. The only good thing you can take out of that is that person's going to be dealt with on a separate matter.
Yeah.
But you're right, Oos. What about fucking cleaning it up and apologizing to our people? Apologize to all these people whose freaking food sources Gaia now, because diesel, like, we predicted this, man. That boat's going to be under so much pressure, everything in the bottom of the boat is not going to hold. The tides are going to come in and out and fucking whatever, however that's being dragged. Surely. The keel's already freaking floated to the top of the surface freaking in 39 days. It's like, come on. The keel in the pool is now, Houston, we have a problem.
Right.
Get your blood boiling.
It's just,
I mean, with all the death that's happening around the world, like in our close immediate family, our families are now sending money over there to our family because their food source has been affected by this boat, where the government should have sent the Hercules over on the ground, even while he was there, going and apologized, and then sort of said, look, hey, the aid's here, these rice, these canned goods here.
Yeah.
But no, they haven't. And then they got that freaking lady with the look like she's wearing a mask. Oh, fucking, what is she? It didn't sound any better, man. It's like,
No.
too much freaking finger pointing. But we need to know, like, hey, the cleanup, man. What the fuck's the haps? Not
Yeah.
freaking from the 5th of October. Oh my god.
What?
Oh, right.
Did you say the 5th?
The 5th of October. And it's now the 29th of
Good
November.
night, yeah.
Right there. I don't know what they're looking for. The leak for the bloody diesel probably all gone out by now.
Fuck.
But even the 6 knots, bro. At 6 knots. So that people can run 10 kilometers per hour at the stage. Fucking like the boat's not moving fast. Like to have freaking known that they were that close to sea. Like, come on, man. It's just
I'm gonna stop watching every war movie or Star Trek movie, because when you watch those movies and there's something coming closer, there's usually that guy that sits in the corner. Hey, yeah, what? Sir, we're approaching rocks. Sorry, where was that,
Hey,
Ali?
My
Where
man
was
does that.
No. Sorry, where was he? Captain, we're coming close to an asteroid. Where was this guy on the boat? Sorry. Was he just doing this? Wow, Samoa's so beautiful, you know? Oh, wow. Like,
well,
are
the
we
whole boat
talking
was
here?
listening to Macho Man, and those two were listening to Boys to Men.
The two,
Yeah,
So,
bro. Oh, man. Did they
like,
not go through the manual or anything, or just double check like the handbrake, or I don't know, bro. Like, you're getting paid on a military vessel, man. Surely the captain would have checked something. Like, let's get a little bit closer, you know? Or even the guy outside, just mopping the deck. He would have been like, guys, waving at the bridge. Sully, you guys see this? It's getting closer, like Sully. But my main concern was, what amount of diesel is acceptable for them to let leak into the
Action.
ocean?
but even to actually do some sort of course to clean it up, man. Like,
And like, it's contaminated the whole ocean. So a lot of the villages would have like small families or hyenas that would take fish to the market, and whatever they make, they'll split it with the rest of the family when they come back. The ocean, especially in Samoa, the ocean is quite a renewable resource that they can constantly go in there and get fish. There's been Indonesian and Chinese boats that have always tried to get licenses to fish in our waters, and they're extremely hard to get because we try to look after it. These guys are sitting in their villages, poor Macais. They're eating whairai elengi without the fish. It's just coconut cream and onions. It's like, bro, like you just tainted a renewable resource in those areas. I feel sad, bro, but like, man, this seems like those Aikai moments. To be honest, this whole segment should be chucked into You Light on Your CV. Straight up.
yeah, hard.
Fia Poko of the week. Fia
They
Poko of
cover
the
two
year.
categories of our shows.
Yo, facts. But yeah, that's my 10, Cindy.
Yeah, I don't think. To be honest, I don't even know why they're explaining what happened. This already happened. Let's prioritize it and just do something about the fucking leak. When there's I was thinking when there's a car accident, say there's a head-on-head car accident and one of the drivers survives, right? But he got a big accident. He got passengers in the other car trapped. You don't know if they're dead or alive. The police come and investigate. Oh wait, we first have to find out how this happened.
Yeah, exactly. Bro.
Well, what were the people in the car? Wait, we have to find out exactly what happened first before we can help those people.
Yeah.
It's like stupid, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just like, but yeah, like everyone's right. The thing is, especially with the concept, like the ecological damage. The ecological damage, like reefs aren't easy to fix. It's a living being, corals are living beings, like this ain't like what I'm saying, it's generations.
takes
It won't
ages
get
for it to
fixed in
grow.
our kids' generation or get fixed in our grandchildren's generation. Then you'll start seeing more fish in probably the environment and the ecology, marine life start returning. But it's not like for them to do something minor, like something major like that and get so much little. So like, you know what I mean? Like TJ Perenara doing the Toitu Tiriti and the All Blacks Haka. Like this should be way more important than people reporting on that.
Absolutely.
But you know what I mean? But not excusing the moment.
Yeah.
But we should be getting a little bit more airtime.
Yeah.
You know, because you're coming to it's like you go next door and just shat in your next door neighbor's here. You know, it's like, wait, come on, man. And like October the 5th, I could understand if we were talking about this maybe 2 weeks ago, and the accident happened 2 weeks ago. But this is like over a month now. There's over a month worth of damage, and every day's worth of damage, you can imagine you're adding years. So there's 39 days that's been damaging the ocean, that reef. It's going to recover in years, generations. And that's sad. I read it, and yeah, New Zealand, stop flipping trying to find who's to blame. Just fix it.
So, boys, I could make Filippo again. He's posted up another article.
So
But we'll just quickly touch on this one. So the headline says, "Who's really in charge? PM laughs off X suggestion it's them." So for me, thinking like, with this whole treaties bill thing, man, it's given like 99% of the news right now. Like the last 2 weeks anyway, with the hikoi and all that kind of stuff. The reading of the first reading of the Principles Treaty Bill that happened on Thursday. Luxon wasn't even there. He was overseas doing some trade deals and stuff. So, and this article saying who's really in charge. I think Luxon dropped the ball. He's let things get out of control, man.
Yeah.
He's not even here to deal with it, And now it's like, fuck. I've said this before. Like, man, cost of living, man, should be priority right now. The economy, man, we've got all this other stuff that, to me, is like way down on the list because it's stupid. So why are we all doing hikois and going for all this stuff when there's things we need to take care of, like our families in there, and like cost of living, economy, jobs, all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, it seems like this is all distraction from all that, and all this living stuff's taking a back seat. I'm not saying it to put down what the struggle is, but I'm just saying the struggle, it shouldn't be a struggle because the Principles Treaty is stupid. This shouldn't be happening. So yeah, I just think Christopher Luxon's like let this thing get out of control. He's let ACT take too much of the limelight with this treaties bill. He should have been here to sort things out. I don't know what he could have done, but at least do something else to get our minds off it. Like, do something about the jobs and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's my 5 cents.
Nah, you're right, Roos. Like, it's when we see hikois, and we've only seen a few, I think 3. When the hikoi happens, like, shit's gone down. Seabed and foreshore issues, land settlement issues, and now the treaty bill. Like, these hikois are not easily done. It's not just another protest. These are well thought out, well organized, and these hikois carry like mana, like quite heavy mana. But yeah, I'm just gonna touch briefly. It just feels like Luxon and Seymour are gonna be like, it's like when you're studying a fight in Street Fighter 2, but no one's pressed start yet. They're just standing there looking at each other, but they're waiting to throw the first combo. You know what I mean? So, so cue the Street Fighter 2 music right now. So Luxon claimed National will not support the second reading, and they're only doing this because the agreement of the coalition. Seymour claimed that ACT has a much bigger influence over the National Party, and that they National takes credit for a lot of ACT ideas. That's what he claimed. But the thing is, bro, like at the end of the day, even if you're on that side of the political spectrum, 38.08% voted for National. Only 8.64% voted for ACT. So, who's got the bigger influence? You can't say you got the bigger influence and only a handful of people voted for you, bro. 8%. So I think Seymour needs a reality check. But Luxon's given him too much room to maneuver in.
Yeah.
He's letting him get in with those combos. Like, man, Hadouken the dude, bro. Like, straight up.
If I can touch on that, I think if you look at what ACT was willing to push through if they were elected, coalition or just as themselves as a party going forward, if you see how it's actually unfolded, if you see the removal of the names and some of the funding towards mental health, that's what National was pushing. So if you look at this fight track, even just the second hearing of the policy of the Treaty of Waitangi, like that was something that David Seymour was willing to fund upfront, and because remember they were gonna split the back half of the year between him and Winston, and most of the policies that they are pushing are from the ACT Party. It probably, if people can remember, like the way you were voting and why you were voting, like I remember we were doing the legalized marijuana, and then the banning of gang patches in public spaces.
Yeah.
That's all national stuff. There's probably one more other thing that ACT is gonna sort of throw out, or because Luxon's away, and it's probably gonna get another big reaction like the way this Hikoi reacted towards it. And again, the guy ain't gonna be in the country because he can't even front the media with what's happened with the boat going down in Samoa. So this is the government that we voted for, guys, you know? When people aren't voting, this is the sort of backlash and the shit that we see. It's pretty much it's like a comedy show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying what Labour did was any better, because even the report of what happened during COVID has come out as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's only as a nation, like, fuck, we have to actually wonder, bro, and actually sit at the table and weigh up, like, fuck, is that what we're for? We'll get rid of all the Māori names and like back act, or simply fucking let's not sell any more land to foreigners and fucking go with, Winston and Labour, because those were the only choices that we sort of had at the table, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because the Greens didn't actually do any better in the voting polls, and the Party Māori weren't doing any better. They're probably better than most years, but it still wasn't enough to coalition and try and govern with them, So it's just the ugly way they were seeing it, because these guys are passing the makai koko like it's like a karaoke machine, because that's how it seems, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody watching the circus carry on like, yeah.
Well, they've already
Yeah.
destroyed the Māori Health Authority. That's gone.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, that's it, man. Like, and the Māori are the ones we need it the most, We've never been on par with anything in this country, man. And that's where when you see all those racist comments about what TJ said is sort of like alarming, right? Because that's reality. We're never going to have the same. And that's why we need Pacifica spaces. We need Māori spaces, man, because bro, they are the freaking people of the land, man. This is their country. You just got to keep screaming until these Balangis freaking die.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you guys. I honestly think that Christopher Luxon missed the ball with this Hikoi and this principles bill. And and that's what happens when you have MMP. You have the MMP system to figure out who's government. You're going to have, we got a three-headed snake, hey, but then that comes down to leadership. And then if there's a critique between National and Christopher Luxon and say, what's her name? Auntie Jacinda. Auntie Jacinda was a leader. She didn't make the best choices or whatever, but she was the front, When COVID happened, she was always the front, She was the Prime Minister. So what Christopher Luxon dropped the ball on was that how much this issue of changing the bill was going to affect New Zealand, He downplayed that. And he was like, oh, no, it's not going to get past the second bill. What he should have done was like, okay, it's a three-headed snake. I'm the bigger head. I'm going to be the man. This is a big issue in New Zealand. I'm going to be the front. David Seymour, you can only answer these kind of questions. When you get to these questions, fire them back at me. I'm the leader. Take control of the situation. Be a leader. Be the fucking Prime Minister of our country. And I reckon if he did, then shit wouldn't have got blown out of, because then he would have controlled the narrative. He was the front, instead of David Seymour being the front of this bill that's coming. If Christopher Luxon was the front, and he was just like, relax, people. He's just blowing some steam. I'm doing what I need to do to get this coalition thing, this MMP thing done. And then I'm going to cut it on, like if he was more visual to the public, I'm sure it wouldn't have gone as heated and And thing is, like, and that's the sign of a good leader. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the sign of a good leader. A good leader would notice those kind of things, or it's fuck trade agreements. Nah, my people are more important than trade agreements. You know what I mean? This is gonna rip my people in half. This one.
Yeah.
I need to be the front. I'm the prime minister. And then David Seymour, he's just doing what he does. He's just being because he's only got to protect this little 8%. So he's trying to stay popular, trying to stay relevant, trying to be anything just to be the front. And it's just MOP, it's just sit down, and that's all he is. It's just with his little 8.6%. It's just, but that you're right. You guys are all right. Christopher Luxon, Mr. Bus. This was his opportunity to actually show I am the man. I am the prime minister of this country. You 38% of the voters, you chose right. But instead he let this Muppet take the sideshow, and the Muppet gets the flipping popularity. The Muppet gets all the airtime, about the situation. Yeah.
100 use.
I don't vote for that cunt anyways.
Yeah.
I don't vote for any of them.
I got 2 words for you, Christopher Luxon.
Yeah.
Zoom call.
Yeah.
Should have Zoom called that meeting and just stay here.
Yeah. Like, just be the man. Be flipping Tony Soprano. Tony Soprano would have flipping nailed that shit, bro. Like, fuck. You tell that David Seymour I'm going to come down there. I'm going to take him.
Like he was in Samoa. Couldn't even just take a taxi. What would have cost him 20 tala?
Yeah,
couldn't take a taxi to go see those families affected by devastation of that Navy vessel.
Yeah.
That's what kind of leader we have, He was in the freaking country. Like, it's not like you gotta jump on another boat and a plane and a boat. A taxi, like a taxi ride. $20 taxi ride from where he could have just showed face,
Yes, sir.
Shout out, boys. Oh, that was good. That was good. Should get into some Fia Pokos now. Let's go, let's.
Man, there's not many this week, mate. I've been on my scrolling, trying to scroll, but then nothing's really coming up, But there are some who saying, I think Filippo posted so you learn on your CV when the police officer, when the police officer is low-key genius. I don't know if you see that one. It was ignite its words. So it's a police officer, approaches a guy, he pulls him over, and instead of giving his ID, he identifies himself as a cat.
Oh.
I thought, man, the genius of the conversation, man, because if you're one of those like I identify as a pole, and just the wits of this guy, this police officer, was pretty onto it.
Yeah, I love this one.
Give me if I came to a conclusion that you guys are involved in some sort of a homosexual arrangement.
I'm not mad that you think we're together, but you're using gendered language. Besides, I'm not his boyfriend, I'm his owner.
Okay. Well, look, we can do this the hard way if you like. I can have this code, because last I checked, it's not licensed to operate a motor vehicle in the state of California. We can have animal control come get you, take you to a shelter where your owner can retrieve you for being $70 after you're given the necessary immunizations, which do include a rabies shot, possibly even spayed or neutered, whichever you prefer to identify with. Is that what you guys want to do here?
I don't have $70.
Sir, I can also request that a mental health care professional come down here on scene and do an evaluation of you because you're considering letting him take a rabies shot rather than just give me an ID, use some manner so I can get your ticket and move along.
You gotta give that guy. You gotta give that guy props, right? That was brilliant. Yeah. So I think the Fia Poko goes to the driver.
Yeah.
Just give your name. Gosh.
That's classic. That's a good one.
That's so that was ignite his words. This one here's another one on Instagram, and I read the sentence and I was like, is it a video? Because the guy's got a crowbar and he's trying to pull a nail out, right? So he hasn't grabbed the nail or put something underneath the crowbar is leveraged to easily pull it out. But then I clicked on it and I was like, oh nah, it didn't tell me it's one of those ones. Like, I don't know, what was he doing? And you gotta love a bit of DIY, but not that sort of DIY.
Mate, yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's time
one's
now,
gotta
mate.
hurt,
Nah,
mate.
that's a butter word right there. And this last one, man, this is like I titled this bruh, because it's like when someone's like stage dives, like back in the day. See, it's probably just our era. Like back in the day, you see
Yeah.
someone run off the stage and everyone like catch them, you know, catch them. Like
Yeah.
yeah. But this guy, I don't know what happened, bro. Like he literally went the sea of people and just hit the ground.
Oh shit! That's
Like no one tried to catch him, man.
so this like 3-4 meters off the ground.
But is it the generation they're scared
man.
or they don't know what they're supposed to do?
That's just volleyball here.
But man, we got a few of the comments from one from Sana says it was the head first dive for me.
Fuck.
Then Simon said,
Trying
"Oh,
to
what a
kill a gorilla."
butt guy." But then we got to put out our contributor, number one contributor of the weekend. We count Mr. Filippo Yupatsi when Steve Situ tries to say hi to his followers in real life. Oh, come on, guys. But I'm gonna check those three to you guys, man, because I don't know, man. I just feel like, nah, this generation they know that I'm gonna run, you jump, you catch me. This generation doesn't know that stuff, man. You know,
Yo, surf dive. Crowd surfing. Yeah, crowd surfing.
yeah, man.
That's the one.
Man,
Crowd
that
surfing
last
for
one,
me.
bro. The last one, bro.
Yeah.
I got the Spider-Man theme song stuck in my head watching it. You know, and they say that a hero can save us. Solid fire, man.
I just see like what was those guys? There's Hollywood husbands of the Samoa.
Yeah.
It just looks like a hood video moment there. What's up, mate?
Oh, mate.
What's my?
What's up, mate?
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay, time for food review. Let's go.
Oh yeah, so fortunately I've been home because of my Gaia leg. But the one day of this week that I managed to get out, sit in the car, and my caller was like, you know what, we're going to Kingsland. So I'm wondering, like, where are we going? So I don't know if Kingsland is obviously blowing up a lunch bar in it's parked on a corner, man. But it's probably not far from the Gulf station that's on the main road along there.
At the
But
Morleys there.
it might be, but the place is called Bakers Cottage. So it's a lunch bar. It's right on the corner. It's got the shittiest parking, man. It's like, I've seen all these SUVs. You know when people drive Ford Rangers, mate? Those Ford Rangers, people need to freaking go park on the paddock, mate. You don't deserve to park in normal car parks, mate. So we went there. And because my wife went to lunch bar today out in Penrith. That's the one that's got the meanest pies. It's got the palusami pie, the steak and cheese pies, and they're renowned for their sandwiches. But yeah, we went on Wednesday. We went and checked out this place, Bakers Cottage, and bro, I did that thing. I bought a pie from the Westside Bakery, and then I had their steak and cheese pie side by side, man. And what I thought initially was 2 bites, man. I was like, oh, pastry's all right. Then you know when I taste the gravy and the cheese kick in, I was tasting and I wasn't feeling the cheese, man. I was like, man, it's a miss for me. But in terms of like the variety that they had, because my wife said they got a lot of like nice pies and what looks like nice pastries. We had a couple of their donuts as well. They weren't too bad, but they made a chicken avocado roll. So if you think of chicken avocado roll, like most of the West Side bakeries, they're in soft buns. But this reminded me of like a Hollywood bakery back in the day, like on Lincoln Road.
Lincoln Road,
like the hard, like pork roll, you know? It's got like a malor stick bread.
Oh,
So I had that, and I was like, oh, this might be the savior, you know? It might be the savior. So I cut it in half. I had one half, because it was quite long. It was probably like a foot long. So I cut it in thirds, and I had it in thirds. But yeah, every bite that I had in that chicken avocado roll, man, with the salad dressing that I did have, so like, I'm gonna smash it with 5 stars, bro. Like, these guys know how to make sandwiches. Their pie, I'll probably give it a 2.5 at best. Mostly because I had a Westside Bakery pie to eat next to it, you know. So we were just passing the pies back and forth, and everyone was having a taste. But yeah, gotta give it up to them for their sandwiches, man. Because I then had a cranberry chicken pie. A cranberry chicken sandwich. It was like a panini. And price-wise, my wife said that they're not too bad, eh? They weren't too bad. And then I also had a quarter of it might have been the bacon panini. which was pretty good as well. Overall, my experience with the food that they had, minus the pie, I'm gonna give it about a 3.5 stars out of 5. But yeah, the reason they lose half a star because they're trying to get a park there. I literally was doing like Kamira Milo in the car park, like just 10 seconds in one park, then across the road trying to find a space.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why it lost half a star. But in terms of the selection of stuff that they had in there and what my wife walked out with, and price wise, 3.5 stars, man. So if you're looking for a good feed,
Wow.
you're Kingsland Central ways, man, hit up those guys, man. Because I thought, man, you don't need to eat pies there, bro. Just the selection of sandwiches is like surely the sandwich heaven over there, eh? You know, somewhere close to home too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my food review for this weekend.
Can I share something? You
Yeah,
know,
right.
you mentioned the old Lincoln Road Hollywood Bakery. Yeah, I went to primary school with the dude. His parents owned that, eh?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
They moved over. Yeah, this
Yeah.
Cambodian
Oh.
went to school
Because that was
from
the first of
for Maria Primary.
the barbecue pork rolls that they used to
Yeah,
have, right? Yeah, like with the Malone bread. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like a fresh
is
French
that a
stick, eh?
thing?
Like
Yeah,
yeah,
because that's big in Sydney now. That's real big. But yeah, that's all. Good your Arnold's to get the understanding of the bread. You know?
yeah.
Most people are like, oh, a French stick.
Because I used to, I tried my luck with my mate, eh? Like try to get the freebies every time I turn up there when we were young, and then this old man was just giving me those looks like, oh yeah, no. As far as you gotta give me anything free to this island boy.
Yo, fuck.
So, boys, making me hungry.
Yeah, huh?
So we got a little bit of a memory. Huh?
Making me miss home with the food review.
We got a bit of a memory lane. So I came across social media. So the F1 is happening over in Las Vegas, and it's tradition with all these American sports that they sing the national anthem before the game starts or the race starts. In this case, Boys the Men happen to be the artist trio that will be singing the national anthem, American national anthem. Now they've done it a few times before, and I think they've done it. They've done it for the NBA and stuff like that. They've done it for NFL. They've done it for baseball, all the sports, and they've happened to do it for F1. And they got a lot of criticism for their rendition of it because people were saying it was terrible. It was out of tune in some places and all of that. Now I heard all of this. I heard all of this on social media. Some guy at work, he was talking about it too. So piqued my interest there. So I had to listen. And it wasn't that great, but I didn't hear any I don't think I heard any out of tuneness. I just thought maybe they struggled in little bits there, here and there. And I played it to you guys before we jumped on the mics. So yeah, I don't know what you guys thought of it, but I thought that it wasn't top notch for Boys to Men anyway. Considering, because if you look at the old stuff or the other stuff, the other times they've done the national anthem, especially when there's 4 of them with Michael, that was a lot better. And I think it might be because maybe 4 is better than 3. And I heard a comment that when they did the F1 rendition, the mics weren't level.
Yeah.
So maybe that's another factor too. But yeah, it wasn't that great. But this memory lane is about the American national anthem and all these recording artists that have sung their renditions of it, and there's been plenty in the past. And I like what you said, Kelvin, before we jumped on, that the American national anthem through the years has had plenty of different renditions on different styles of artists that have sung it. Like there's been rock musicians, there's been R&B, different people have done it different ways, and America seems the only country to do that. But yeah, I guess this memory lane was what are your sort of favorite renditions of the American national anthem through the years? I just want to go around and you guys just say what you guys remember. I'll start with you, Kelvin.
Nothing really pops to mind, like off the top of my head, like bad or good. But I've always had fond memories of the American anthem, especially in the boxing. Following boxing, and when you get the what do you call it? The brother. I'm sure Was it a boxing match the Boys to Men did the other one, or was it a basketball? Or have they done both basketball and boxing?
Yeah, they've done both. They've done a few. If you go on YouTube and go
Yeah.
Boys to Men National Anthem, a
Yeah.
few pop up.
Yeah. But nah, yeah. If there's boxing's my mainest, my main one that I've had exposure to the American anthem. But yeah, always had fond memories, especially watching Mike Tyson growing up. Yeah, he's always had, and like, you know, Riddick Bowes and flipping Vander Holyfield, and they always have the American anthem, and the fellas that I can recall, they've been good. So yeah, and I've had, but yeah, like I said, you know, that's one national anthem that gets flipping. You get, depending on what genre that artist sings, he'll sing it in that genre. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that's me.
Oh, good, man. My one, bro, has to be the 1991 Super Bowl, man. Me who, so rest in peace. That was Whitney Houston. She sang that, and it's probably known as the best ever rendition of the song, not just for her vocals, but for the emotion it carried during the Gulf War. And that was from the 11th of Feb 2024. Like, there's people still comment on that actual video if you go and have a look at the YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember watching that thinking it was a performance. Like the first time I'd ever watched it. But it's one of those ones, if your algorithm finds like momentous moments or huge moments in sporting, bro, that comes up as your algorithm is like one of the best live songs. No music, hey, just her and her voice. Like, man, this even gives you if you were there, just imagine if you were there to play that night, man. Shit. He'd be like, I'm gonna smash every brother on this field, you know? Like, you want to hear, like, remember the Titan speech after hearing a rendition of that.
Yeah.
That's how I'd imagine, like, going out to play something like a contact sport. But yeah, bro, that's probably the best memory of the American national anthem I ever heard. It sticks out of my mind. Judy.
Mine, I think any of the big divas, Christina Aguilera, even Mariah Carey, Beyonce Knowles. I think that anthem deserves like those big diva voices, like with the long lungs to hold the notes. But then, like, I remember Fergie. Was it Fergie? She fucked it right up. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, Fergie would be my worst, and then and Beyonce and all the other girls would be the best. 'Cause, man, that was bad. I think she even forgot the words, bro. That's man.
Yes, Sadie.
All those years of singing at Bruce McLaren Intermediate, bro. The New Zealand anthem's like fucking burned into my mind, you know. And she just fucks it up, bro. Nah, bro. We're not American, cuz. But my memory. To be honest, even thinking back to the old days, the kids. You know how they put those random kids in the NHL games and the NFL games. You know, sometimes they'll bring kids on to sing. Even the NCAA football games, those kids can nail it, I think, it suits most genres, but I think when the divas come out, when they ball out all with their vocals, you know, like Whitney Houston, like what Leti was saying, they smash it out of the park, And I think if you keep in time with how it actually properly sang, it works. But when you add too much of your sort of just sounds like that pussycat outside my window, man.
Scared?
You're right.
Just sing it, man. And I think that's why the Boys to Men one wasn't the greatest, because I think they were adding too much of the ad libs.
Too much there's too much trills going on.
And you know what? That's how you get to the Balangi, man, is you add all your chills in this. Still there and man, they're probably looking at each other. Don't ever bring these guys back here. Damn.
Jackie, you're fired.
Yeah, I think that there's a bit of a spectrum when it comes to artists that have sung the American National Anthem at sporting events. And for me, I'm glad you guys never brought it up, but for me, one side of the spectrum, and it was supposed to be like that, Roseanne Barr, or Roseanne Arnold at the time, she sang National Anthem at a baseball game, but she sang it in a offensive way, but it was on purpose.
Oh.
So I think she was making fun at average people singing the National Anthem. And she actually got boos in the crowd, but she was meant to be singing like that. So if you watch it on YouTube, it's like she's like nasal and she's not singing it properly. Yeah. But one that's up there with Whitney Houston, and one that came in the 80s, and it happened in one of the All-Star games for NBA, was Marvin Gaye. When he sang the national anthem that time, he even had a band playing like a backbeat, like an R&B backbeat.
Yeah.
And it didn't even go, but man, his rendition.
Yeah.
It was his own, eh? It took like twice as long because he was singing it like real slow.
Damn.
And he made it into a slow jam.
Yeah.
He actually made the song.
Sexy.
He made it sexy and he made it like a slow jam. And the crowd's reaction, like as he's singing, you can hear the crowd's reaction and all the women there, they're like, like screaming and all that kind of stuff. And so he made it his own, eh? He throwing the panties in the air and that, throwing the panties on the court. But man, that's what you call when you talk about making an anthem your own. Yeah, like that Marvin Gaye rendition is a good example of that because he just remixed it live. He did a live remix. He made it into a slow jam, and it was just all him, man, all his style. So that's one that comes up, and you guys should have a look at that one because that one was good, man. That's good.
Imagine bringing a gang home and you light the candles and then you, Alexa, play the American National Anthem by Marvin Gaye.
Oh, man.
Slowly.
You watch out, man. We might get blocked for this episode out there.
Slowly.
But yeah, with our own national anthem, with the New Zealand national anthem, there's this one dude that always stands out to me. I'm sure, I don't know if you guys can remember. It was in New Zealand, it was either All Blacks or Kiwis, and it was versus Australia, and it was this Palangi dude, and he sang the national anthem. This blonde, not a famous singer or anything like that. I don't know, maybe he could have been from theatre, but he really amped up the crowd. He was one of the first ones that, like, defend you see.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it's like, fuck you, the right at the end. And I was like, man. And I was like, never seen that guy before. And I've never seen him again. I was like, man, I wonder where that guy is. And like you hear, like when you get to like those All Blacks or Kiwis games, and then you're listening to the New Zealand anthems, like, so this guy's Kaya. Feel like I'm Palangi. Who's my Palangi?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys remember that game? I can't remember if it was League or Union. I know it was a. And he sang first, and like he just amped. I think it might have been. I got a feeling it was the Kiwis final, World Cup final with Aussie.
Oh.
I think it was that one. Kiwis World Cup final with Aussie where Billy Slater had that flipping brain fart and threw the ball back in and Benji picked it up and scored. But if it comes to Kiwi anthems, that was the one anthem I always remember because he amped it. He was one of the first guys that dragged, the end of the New Zealand. He took it right up. He did a lap in his Palangi, I mean.
So boys, that was a good one. Coming down to what have we been watching? With this real quick one, I'll go with you, Eddie.
I was on Sopranos, so like where am I?
Isn't it?
Nah, I nearly finished 2 more episodes, I think. So the nephew and his missus are trying to sign this band, and the band is like, wow, shit, bro. And like they're trying to leave because they've been recording all day, and the nephew grabbed the guitar and smashed it over him. No one leaves the studio. You're gonna record the whole night. And then the man took it to the Jewish guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, it's not good. What do you mean it's not good? Well, things are good, and there's things that are not good." So that's what I'm up to on Sopranos. But yeah, that's about it. How about you guys?
Been watching Shortland Street.
Oh,
I haven't been watching Shortland Street I can count for years. I think the last time I really watched Shortland Street was back in when flipping Paul Mangasiva was on there.
Oh,
I haven't watched it for a long time.
Then.
Eh?
Those episodes were pretty good then when Robbie was on.
Yeah. So and then I stopped watching it for ages, but then it's only because of my partner, she watches it. But then I'm one of those guys that I'm on my phone on TikTok, but I'm listening, I'm watching with my ears, and then you hear something and what's that, babe? What happened? Like one of those ones. But Yeah, no, that's a new one for me. It's like haven't watched Short of the Street for years, and it's one of those ones I go tell the boys and they're like, no, don't watch that rubbish. You know? But it's cool, you know. Like, it's cool, you know. I like the island flavor they've got in there at the moment. You know, you got the brother sister combo in there, and you know, and they speak Samoan in there, which is cool. You know, so our language is getting out there, and I like it. You know, especially with Māori as well, the Māori characters they're speaking te reo. They really, I like that. Like, I'm trying not to invest it emotionally because it's only short the street.
I've been
up with my
years.
missus sitting next door. And it's like a hook, she's like fishing, and then I'm like, oh, sorry, what's Madonna doing? Then you start learning all the characters' names again. Yeah, but yeah, that's why I've been watching Shortland Street to find out if Nicole did it or not. If you guys up her to Shortland Street.
Nah, you're like me. You're like me, because we haven't watched it for about a month. That's how long we've been busy. But then, yeah, I just finished watching the episode. Like, hey, they use a pua's faku to fa ola te kamaiki. Get out of here. What? And that's when that Kamado came in from the ministry, and he was like, "Oh, the code of ethics has just signed off your surgery and said that it was okay. You know, you had the best interest." I was like, "Shut the fuck up, man! Honestly, because you know they're pretty renowned for making shit like legit. You know, like they've forecasted it, then it's happened in real life." So I was like, "Not the heart surgery, what the fuck?" So, but I'll be watching that, and then I caught up on Tulsa King, man, because my for some reason my TVNZ wasn't loading. It was like saying something back to like wherever, and I was like, man. So I jumped on YouTube, watched the spoilers, and then I watched it. Then it started playing. Oh, bro, season 2, man. Who would have thought, bro? You need to watch that shit. You need to start a pod on that one, because that's bro. How just what happened there with the fallout and the guys from New York, and then also how he's trying to, you know, go free ways. He's like, no, there's no such thing as free ways. There's someone later that spoilers alert, and I watched it. I was like, oh man, they tell me they take someone out. No way. But nah, it's been good, man. Like that's what I've been doing, is trying to catch up on that if I've fallen asleep. And then I was just watching some of your fellas pod that he's done on the Yellowstones, because I haven't seen it, and because we didn't have it on Prime here. And just some good spoilers, eh?
Yeah, man. I've been watching this new show, and it's from the creators of Yellowstone. So it's called Landman. It's on Prime, and it stars Billy Bob Thornton, and it's about the oil industry in Texas. It's really interesting, It's really good, It's like, so Billy Bob Thornton, he works for the oil company, and his job, he has to go around and make deals with landowners and lease the land. But the deal is, you guys keep the land, we just want the oil underneath. So we'll put our oil rigs on there, and we'll pay you for doing that. And then, you just let us do our thing. So his job is to actually manage the people on top of the land, and manage the workers that go and do the job of working on oil rigs and all that kind of stuff. It's real dangerous, Like
bro.
They called working in the patch. So you get like maybe a team of 4 guys for each oil rig, and they all live in like a communal area, and they all go at the same time on their trucks, and they go to each rig and they do work there all day. And it's real dangerous because you can die. Like you're hammering away at stuff, and if a spark flies, and it could light up the gas and oil that are coming through the ground and all that shit. So yeah, so it's a dangerous job. So Billy Bob Fulton, he has to sort those guys out. Plus, he has to sort out the drug dealers that own land that he makes a deal. So he makes a deal with some drug dealers, like because it's in Texas, south of Texas, so it borders Mexico. So he has to do a deal with the Mexican drug cartel that owns the land, because they want the oil underneath. They say, oh yeah, we'll pay the drug dealers for putting the oil rigs up in there. So yeah, it's interesting movie. It's pretty cool if you guys into that sort of thing. It's real rough, Like it's from
what time
real
is
life.
it set in?
Huh?
What times is it set in? Like, is it current
Oh,
time?
no, it's current times. So I did some research, and it's actually based on a true story.
Shit.
This is actually the area in Texas that is actually happening. So it's off a podcast called Boomtown, and it's just about this area in Texas that has oil, and it's a boom town. So a lot of people are in there. It's sort of like, like in Western Australia when everyone goes works at the mines.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a similar sort of thing in that area that everyone goes there to work. So yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's called Landman, and it's on Prime.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's good to do this on a Friday.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way for the weekend.
Yep.
But yeah, man, time's running out, so we'll do some last words.
Yo, last words. Just gonna read this quote. It speaks volumes, and take it how it is. But yeah, it always seems impossible until it's done. And that was said by Nelson Mandela. So yeah, those are my last words. Sick.
Let's go, Kelvin. Last words.
Yep. Oh, sorry. I was just looking for my last words. Yeah. Me. So my last words, I had a rough day the other day during the week. Then one of my nephews from home, was chatting with him, and I was finding it a little bit rough during the week, and he said something to me, and that's going to be my last words. Yes, tough times never last. Tough niggas last.
Yo.
So yeah, so if you go through a tough time, remember that one.
Yo.
Tough times don't last. Tough niggas do.
Yo. Nice news.
Nice news. Yeah, I just
Shout
wanted
out to my nephew Kendall.
Oh, sure, Kendall. Bro, I just wanted to touch on just how TJ chose that moment to sort of make a stand, even if people were gonna fall out over it. But yeah, I just wanted to just take the opportunity to congratulate Uncle Ope for doing what he's done for the Moana movie, the part 2 that's coming out, and just them acknowledging the Tokelau influence in a lot of the music that's being put out there.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying it all the time to my kids, like, you can always distinguish a pate, the way a Turk song is composed and the way it's drummed. And you can hear it in a lot of the music. Like, our drum will never suit any other Pacific Island dance style, because you can just hear it. It'll be way off. But yeah, just listening to a lot of the stuff that they've done, and just the pioneer, and just for him being groundbreaking through that sound throughout the Pacific, that a lot of Pacific identify with by calling it Polynesian, So if I could just use that moment just to plug the uncle and Olivia, and then tell them, like, man, never been so proud, never been so proud, man. But yeah, if I can just jump on and say my last words, like, be proud of who you are, man, because that's what makes us who we are. We're human, and we, if you want to feel a mission, show it, man. Show them the way you after your family, show it the way you serve your family, show it the way you actually walk out the door of your house, man. Whatever name you carry, that's your name. That's your tupuna's name. That's your mum and dad's name. Don't be scared to flex that, because without that in the world, this world ain't the world, But yeah, I just felt like, man, TJ from being from Poirua, because that's the Tokelau Pacific, that's the Tokelau community, Pacific, like, capital city in the world. It's Poirua. So just to afi him, bro, like, that's massive. Yeah, man, to everyone out there, man, don't be shy. Man, it's time to grow up and stand up and make some noise. This is the time to do it, man. Don't wait for anyone to give you the opportunity. And like I always say, man, Cams, thank you for giving us the platform and the opportunity to jump on here and share a piece of our minds, man, because without you, bro, none of this would have happened, man. So in saying that, you know what it is, kill it late and all of it.
Shaky, dasus.
So boys, my last words so I came across a video on social media, and it's from Jimmy Jackson, and he was talking about tall poppy syndrome. That word always comes up now and then. And then Joe Damon, the Fijian Māori comedian, he came up and he stitched it, and he talked about tall poppy syndrome as well. And when I think of my last words, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about how do we, if this is a problem in New Zealand, then how do we fight back, or how do we stop this from happening? And I always think, like, why don't people just don't care about what people think? Isn't that like the crux of it all? Isn't that because we listen to because we listen to the noise, it sort of puts us down?
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, so why don't we just don't listen to the noise? You know, isn't that the answer? Like, yeah, and I've learned a lot from doing podcasts, especially this one, especially empty out the clip when you gotta say what you feel, even though it's unpopular for some people. And of course it is. You're gonna get the negatives and the positives with anything you say if you put things out there in the open. So if you're gonna get negatives and the positive, if it's a normal thing, then so be it, right? I mean, I don't get. I'm starting not to get why tall poppy syndrome is a thing if we don't care about what other people think. If we start doing that, then maybe that word will just go away, and people will just do what they do without thinking people are gonna put you down. Because after all, at the end of the day, it's just words, right? It's just what people feel. And so how should that make you feel sad? Or if people got their own problems too. Like, everyone's got problems. Like, who cares, right? Yeah. So, but I'm still learning. But it's just the feeling I get when I hear these things on social media, when people talking about people shouldn't talk down on people and talk down. And for a little bit, I'm thinking maybe people have the right to say it. Yeah. Maybe it's the person. Maybe it's not like you got a problem with it. Maybe you shouldn't have a problem with it. So, yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. And I think New Zealand's trying to figure it out too. And I think social media is trying to figure it out. I think people, I think influencers and people on social media, when they talk about tall poppy syndrome, I think they're still trying to figure it out. So, yeah, those are my thoughts, and that was my last words. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we're still figuring it out. But a good start is to don't listen to the noise. Do what you do, because someone out there is going to like it. That's me. And that's us, boys. Thanks for jumping on.
Nice.
Do this again next week. Have a good weekend. Have a good week.
Yo.
See you later. Let's get the fuck out of here.